today's video, we're going to learn how to select a change background color in Photoshop the quickest and easiest way. First and foremost, we're going to select and mask out the background. Secondly, we're going to use the hue and saturation adjustment layer to change color of the background. And thirdly, we're going to use the levels adjustment layer to control and adjust the tones of the background. My name is Ekodidi and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, kindly subscribe and hit the notification bell icon to be notified anytime I upload every Friday. Without further ado, let's jump straight into Photoshop and start editing. So first and foremost, we're going to duplicate the background layer like that. Yeah, so here we're going to select, the first stage is we're going to select and mask the background. So what we're going to do is we're going to come here to quick selection. We're going to select it and then we'll come to the select subject. So what it does is it's going to automatically select the subject for you. Then we're going to proceed by masking it out. So we're going to separate the subjects from the background, then we can be able to work, or we can be able to change the background separately. Yeah, so as you can see, it has selected the subjects out of the background for us. But what we're going to do is there's a part here that needs a little adjustment. So with a quick selection tool selected, we're going to hold on Alt. As you can see, the minus has appeared in the icon, so you're going to brush over where you want it not to select, like that. Yes, so you're just going to fine tune it to how you want it. And when you look at the thumb over here as well, so you're going to lower the size and then you're going to just add it in. You're gonna add the selection in like that. So you're gonna do this till the image is fully selected. There are other ways you can do it, but I prefer using it like this because it's the fastest way for me. So I'm gonna deselect this side as well, just to remove the parts that we don't want selected. So you're going to do it like this. You use the plus sign to select where you want, the areas you want selected, and then the minus by pressing and holding Alt to deselect where you don't want selected. So just like this, you can do it till you fine tune it. There are many ways of selecting the subjects, but when I'm in a hurry or when you want it very fast, this is how I do it. So the hair over here, so we're gonna just fine tune it. So we're gonna select and mask. You're gonna select it here, select and mask. Yes, so it's gonna bring up this, the selection panel. So you're gonna refine the edge here. So as you can see, the hair is not really selected, it's not selected properly. So we're going to use this tool, the second tool. You're going to select it. I have mine already selected, so then you're just going to click and then paint over the parts that you want it to be refined, especially the hair. So what it does is it's going to select the hair individually and then cut it out of the background for you. Yes. That. Yes, well, assuming this selection is okay, just for this tutorial's sake, I don't want it to be too long. We're gonna accept this, so we're gonna go here and select OK. Yeah, so what we're gonna do next is we're gonna go here, select, and then we go to invert selection. Sorry. So it's gonna select the background. So from this side, it has the background now selected. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come here to the layer mask and then click on it. So as you can see over here, it has created a mask where only the background is selected from the foreground, that is the subject. Yeah, so now we have this. So this is what we are going to use to change the background color. Since the background is now selected, is only selected, we're going to move to step 2. So step 2 is changing the color of the background now. So what we're going to do is we're going to come here to the adjustment layers, and then we select hue and saturation. Then you're going to hold Alt, and if this sign appears, you're going to click on it just between the adjustment layer and then the layer. When you hold or you hover the cursor on it, it's going to show this sign, and then you're just going to press. Yes, so that's selected. Now we can proceed to changing the background, the color of the background. So we're gonna move the saturation forward like that, and then we're gonna play around with the hue. So the hue is actually the tool that is going to change the background, that's going to do the coloring, right? So you move the tool, the hue slider to wherever you want, and if you get the color that you want, then you're gonna stick to it. And then the saturation is just gonna add more color to it. It's gonna make it more saturated. Yes. So you play around with the hue and then get the color that you want. So assuming this is okay for us, we're gonna go here. So this is step 2. So step 2 is the hue and saturation, and then you moving the sliders to find the color that you want, like that. Double click. So it's the hue, and then you move the hue color, the hue slider, and the saturation slider, so you get what you want, right? Fine. So now we're going to move to step 3. So step 3 is the levels adjustment layer. So you're going to come here again and then select levels. Yes, so we're going to clip that one as well. So you're going to hold Alt and then click in between the level layer and then the hue and saturation layer. That will create a clipping mask, so meaning it's going to affect only the background as we selected over here. So we're going to use the sliders to control this. So here we're going to control how bright or how dark the background is going to be. Yeah, that is the purpose of the levels. You can choose to leave it after you change the background, the color you want with the hue and saturation, or you can choose to move it further by making it darker or lighter. So to do that, you're going to use the sliders. So with the dark one, when you move it forward, it's going to be more brighter. As you can see, you can even move it all the way to get a white background like that. Yeah, so that's what it does. So when you want the color to be a little bit lighter, you're going to move the slider forward. You're going to get it to be a little lighter than it is before. So for you to get it more darker, you're going to move this one, the white one, backwards like this. The background is going to be darker. Yes, so you can play around with this one as well, and then get how you want the background color to be, and then that'll be it. So that is it. So if you think this is okay for you, you just leave it at that, and then you just save your work. So that's just it. So maybe you want to change it again, you go back to the hue slider, and then you just keep changing it until you get a color that you prefer, like this. So that is just how you change the color of the background easily in Photoshop. If you haven't subscribed yet, kindly subscribe to this channel, like, share to your friends and anybody who is interested in learning photography or editing. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for your time, and see you in the next one.